What up, my friends? Welcome back to my channel. Today we have an exciting video. I've been waiting to do this for quite some time now. I wanted to share some recipes that we've already made together, but that are like my top. That way, if you're sitting there looking for some meal inspiration, you can go to it and be like, those are Kate's tried and true. So in today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you my top 3 crock pot recipes or top 3 slow cooker recipes, whatever you wanna call it. These are absolute favorites in my house. I love crock pot year round. I know a lot of people like to turn to the crock pot during like the busier fall and winter months when school's in season and things like that. But what I love about the crock pot during summer is that it doesn't heat up the house too much. So I feel like crock pot is great for summer, but then I also love to lean on it during fall and winter because it's such a cozy vibe. You know what I mean? So hopefully this video will help you with some inspiration if you're looking for some meals to throw together in the crock pot. These are our family's top 3 favorite recipes. If this is your first time to my channel, thank you so much for clicking on that thumbnail and giving me a chance. Over here, I share a lot of haul videos. So I do Sam's Club, Costco, Trader Joe's. I share my weekly groceries, and then I'm always trying to pop in with some meal prep or meal planning inspiration, just like I'm doing in this video. If you end up enjoying this video, please feel free to check out the rest of my channel because I have plenty more just like it. And I would love it if you'd consider subscribing before you leave. All right, now without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the video. These beans are going into John's favorite meal, and it's a sweet chili. I had to take the extra step to make the beans, but if you had canned beans to use up, it's even better. Everything is one pot right in the crock pot. The recipe will be included down below, but I do want to share some comments on this one. This chili is one that I have made for almost any cookout or potluck I ever attended. All of my coworkers and friends loved it and would request it. It's a little bit different because I add some brown sugar to it, and I also add a can of corn. I know it sounds odd, but I promise this is a must make. And I'm kind of curious because these are some things that when I tell people I add it, they're always kind of shocked. So is there something that you add to your chili that makes it stand out? My mom adds a whisper of vinegar to hers, and that's super delicious. So what do you do to mix up your chili? Let me know, because I feel like everybody has a chili recipe they turn to. As I mentioned, this is a one-pot crock pot meal. I cook my ground beef directly in the crock pot with the garlic, onions, and peppers. I take half of the seasonings, which here is chili powder, cumin, paprika, salt, and pepper, and I sprinkle those over everything. Then I just make sure to press the beef down so it's evenly spread against the bottom of the crock pot. I cook that on high for 2 hours, and I make sure to mix it around the 1 hour mark just to make sure everything is getting evenly cooked. Once it's been fully cooked, I drained off the grease and then I dumped in the rest of the ingredients. If for whatever reason you're weirded out with the idea of cooking your ground beef in the crock pot, you could always just saute that on the stove separately and then just add it in with the rest of the ingredients. Once you're past the ground beef getting cooked, everything else pretty much just needs to heat through. I personally like to cook it an additional few hours on low, but if you were in a rush, you could always bump it up to high and then just cook it for probably, I'd say like 45 minutes to an hour. It could sit in the warm status on the crock pot on the back counter. People can serve themselves. You could even do a fun little like chili bar, have a bunch of little chili toppings out, sour cream, cheddar cheese, some avocado, maybe some lime wedges, whatever you come up with to make this a real fiesta with the chili, you totally could do it. I have gotten really good at maximizing my kids' nap time. So we did cherry cola barbecue pork in the crock pot.
I know it's nothing new, but it's so good to see you. Do this every day, and I'm still so amazed by you. So hold me tight through the night. It's just us two, me and you.
All right, you guys, I have a super easy crock pot meal to share with you. It looks like there's a lot of components, but honestly, some of them are completely not necessary. So let's just go through it. The star of the show are these teriyaki and pineapple Idels chicken meatballs. You could use regular meatballs if you wanted. You could even use ground beef or ground turkey, but I like the dump and go aspect. This is a 2-pack. Each pack is about 23 ounces. So I will be using an entire pack for this recipe, but we'll save the other one for later. I also have 2 cups of hot water, and then I have this Better Than Bouillon beef base. So I'm going to turn this into a beef broth, basically. For seasonings, I have the Everything But the Bagel and ground ginger. If you have fresh ginger and you like ginger, that's great. We're not huge ginger fans, so I'm going to use this very sparingly. The other star of the show is this Japanese barbecue sauce. Now, you could just make your own little mixture with like shoyu and brown sugar, or you could use a teriyaki sauce. I have this on hand. I think it's delicious, so I'm going to use it. We'll also be using a couple cloves of garlic, about a cup of shredded carrot. We're going to use some diced onion and diced pepper. I had already prepared this for myself and stored it for cooking. And then before the end of this, we will be adding in these ramen packets without the seasoning. Now, you can taste your dish at the end, and if you want it a little saltier, you could add the little seasoning packets from these. That is the entire lineup. I'm going to show you guys how I just dump it and go. So essentially, all of the ingredients with the exception of the ramen noodles are going in now. I'm going to cook it on high for about 2 hours. These are already fully cooked, so we're just basically raising the temperature. And then a half hour before we eat, we'll just dump in these ramen noodles, let it cook, and then you stir it all up, and it's a very, very fast and easy dinner.
When we were younger, we used to sit on the grass among the flowers. We just let the days pass by. People would tell us to get a grip of ourselves and get a job. We didn't care what we were told, 'cause when we were younger, we used to sit on the grass and go, damn, I don't wanna grow old. I wish I could turn back time. Stay up all night singing songs on the terrace. We didn't mind sitting out in the cold. It was impossible to make us embarrassed. We were free. Do you remember stealing smokes from your parents? Sometimes we got a bit out of control. When they found out we ran from home just to scare them, we were free.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with me. It means the absolute world to me. If you need more on-demand recipe inspiration, you can always follow me over on Instagram, because I'm always sharing what I'm cooking, what I'm eating, and things like that over there. And I even have recipe tabs. So if you haven't found me on Instagram yet, I will put it up on the screen, and it's always linked in the description box down below. I hope I delivered whatever you needed when you clicked on that thumbnail, and I hope you have a magical day. Bye.